In this video today, I'm going to be talking to you about nutrition basics for fat loss. Hi, my name is Mark Otobri, owner and founder of Enterprise Fitness. Now, this video might not be the points that you're expecting. However, these are the fundamental points if you are looking to lose fat. So let's jump straight in. The first thing you want to do if you are looking to lose fat is keep a log. The log that I'm talking about is a self-reflection log, and I'm going to put it to you very simply. What gets measured gets managed. So a lot of people, when they're trying to lose body fat, they don't really know what they're doing. They're like, oh, I'm trying this diet, I'm doing this, I'm trying this, and there's no record of what they're actually doing. And because there's no record, they can't be very objective about it. So the first step in terms of losing weight is a pen and a pad or an Excel spreadsheet, depending on which one tickles your fancy, and actually recording what you're doing on a day-to-day basis. Because again, simply by the act of putting that conscious time aside of recording, you're going to be a lot more conscious about the food that you select. And at the end of the week, you might say, oh, wow, I didn't realize I ate so many things outside of what I thought I was eating. And that is quite normal for people to do when they do that process. So the way I recommend to do it is start with what time you wake up, what time you go to bed. Obviously, put those two things out. Then when you eat, how you feel when you go to the toilet. Thoughts around when you eat and how you feel are very, very important because it also highlights situations that may lead you to overeating. So let's say, for example, you go to the movies every Thursday, and when you go to the movies, one of the habits is to buy a bag of jelly beans and an ice cream. Well, if you know you go to the movies every Thursday, simply going to the movies and changing that behavior, cooking that chicken salad before you go and eating the chicken salad when you watch the movie rather than that whole bag of jelly beans, which really isn't going to help you get the results that you're looking for. The second point, establish a routine. A routine is very, very important because people think of willpower as this enormous resource of energy that you can just pull from, and it's not. The word decision means to cut off from or to kill all other options, and that's essentially what you're doing. When you're looking to lose body fat, you want to plan out your day. So a high thing that I would do, a high of importance in terms of actually burning body fat is to plan your day out. When are you going to eat? Have specific meal times. And if someone offers you some food outside of those meal times, or you happen to walk past a coffee place and that jam donut sings your name, well, hey, this is your meal time. So you only ever have two options. The two options are, well, no, I can't have that because it's meal time. Or two, I'm going to buy one for later. And simply having that thing of later, what that does, it delays that gratification where you can actually then start to think a little bit more logically about, well, actually, I want to hit my goal. I don't really want the jam donut. And hey, Barry's in the office. Hey, Barry, you want a jam donut? Sure do. Problem solved. And also you got yourself a friend. And third and finally, eat meals. Eat meals, what do I mean by that? How do you make a meal? Well, at every meal, I really think there are two non-negotiables. Non-negotiable one is your protein, and non-negotiable two is your fat. And that's your fat source. So proteins are things like chicken, red meat, white meat, game meat, eggs. Then you have your fats. Fats are things like fat, butter, ghee, coconut oil, avocado, olive oil. So at each meal, you want to have these two things present. Then you look at your vegetables. Your vegetables, for my definition of them, is anything that is green or doesn't contain starch. So it's easier for me to say what it's not. It's not pumpkin, it's not potato, it's not sweet potato, it's not corn. They're all great foods, but they fall under the category of carbohydrate, not under the category of vegetable. So again, a green is anything that doesn't contain starch. So people say, well, is it a carrot? Yes. Is it a capsicum? Yes. But here's the thing, I like to use the 80-20 rule where 80% of your vegetable choices are going to be green and 20% of them are going to be colored. That's probably the easiest way to do it if you're just doing it by eye. And then the fourth category is your carbohydrates. So eating a meal, you're going to have a protein, a fat, hopefully you're going to have some vegetables because vegetables are good, y'all. And then your carbohydrate is going to be managed based on where you're at and what your goals are and your carbohydrate requirements. So if you do have a lot of body fat to lose and potentially say you're insulin resistant, you're probably going to be looking at things like pumpkin, compared to if you're super lean, training really hard, and you want to lose body fat, you are going to need a fair bit of carbohydrate in your diet, and you have more selection, rice, sweet potato, pumpkin, white rice, etc. Maybe even some maple syrup if you're super lean and having it, say, around your workout. Carbohydrates is kind of a tricky one because it is very dependent. Hope you've enjoyed this video, and hey, if this seems all too complicated for you and you just need a hand, need someone to tell you, hey, this is exactly the way you need to do it, reach out to us at Enterprise Fitness. My team of coaches can help you be in the best shape of your life. Lickety split, let's do it. Reach out to us, Enterprise Fitness. melbournepersonaltrainers.com is where it's at. Till next time, folks, hope you've enjoyed this video. Share it with all your friends and train hard, eat well, and supplement smart.